Welcome to the channel, my lions. As a man, we know that if we are overweight or fat, the woman them will not come knocking down on our doors in large quantities. Basically, the average fat man has little or no options in the dating market unless he has lots and lots of money. Now, the ladies them, on the other hand, tend to believe that they can find a good man no matter what size they are. Therefore, let's let this formerly overweight lady give you the realities of how men treated her when she was a mumpy, that is, when she was overweight, versus how they treat her now that she is 160 pounds slimmer.
Let's go with weight loss stats. Let me pull it up. My heaviest weight was 297 pounds. Surgery date was July 20th of 2022.
So she decided to lose the weight the easy way, with surgery. Probably without changing the makeup of the food she puts in her mouth.
My surgery weight was 281 pounds. When I did my liquid diet, lost 16 pounds in 7 days with my liquid diet before surgery, and I went down to 281. Currently, I weigh 136 pounds, so all in total, I lost 160 pounds, and the total weight I lost from my surgery date is 144 pounds. So this is me at 297 pounds, and this is me currently at 136 pounds. I hit the 130s back in December of 2023, and I've been maintaining this weight ever since. So that's where I'm at with my weight. Dating is definitely different for me now than it is when I started my VSG journey. And I just wanted to make a video of it so you guys know where I am with my life, well, in my dating life. So let's rewind. I'm going to tell you how dating life was for me at my largest. So I fluctuated with my weight throughout my life. I've done yo-yo diets, I've done keto, I've done all of that. I was big, I was small, you know, like there was so many different stages in life I was in terms of weight. So, you know, my dating experience have been up and down, up and down, up and down. But when I was a larger person, never had issues dating in a sense of, I never had issue finding a guy. Okay, let's get that like out of your mind. Some people think that when you are overweight, when you are heavy set or heavier, you will have issues finding a guy, all these weird things in terms of looks. Beauty is the eye of the beholder for sure. And honestly, like there's people who's into big girls. That's just what it is. I never had any issues finding a guy. That's what I'm trying to say.
Like I tell you, my lions, men will dig out the red. A woman of any size and look. If that woman look like Jabba the Hutt, there are men out there willing to slide up in them DMs. There are men who are into big girls, mumpy girls. But what she fails to realize is that they are in the minority of men, and what they see in her as a fat girl may not be all that nice if she could read their mind.
I didn't have the best relationships. It just never developed into something that was like great, if that makes sense. Like I never been in love before, ever. Every relationship that I had just kind of fizzled out. Like that's just what it is. And I always told myself, well, if I was skinnier, I know that my love life would be better. That was something that was in my mind throughout my whole dating experience, you know?
Lady, to be skinnier just mean you increase your options in the men department. Good for nothing men will still be coming after you as a slim chick. But now you have the opportunity to experience the men you want. And these men will want to slide up into your DMs just like these good for nothing men. So your option expands And that's a good thing, my lady, which you don't realize.
Most of my relationships from the past has been a slow burn, in a sense where either we started out as friends or that person was somehow linked to my past growing up or something like that. Would start out as friends and then they're like, hey, you have a really great personality, let's see how it goes, it will work out, and then it just kind of fizzled out. And that was the extent of my dating, like almost serious relationships, right? It just never worked out.
So the relationship she had as a big girl were mostly with men whom she knew long before they hooked up. These men from your past were willing to do this because they like your personality, and even then, these relationships fizzle out, as you said.
When I do date around or date guys who just met me, wow, it's bigger. It was a sense of, okay, let me tell her what I want and see where it goes. So what I mean by that is that when I was dating larger, a lot of guys didn't really put a lot of effort into dates or when they communicated with me. It was just like, hey, like I'm looking for this. So what's up?
Let me translate that for you. The men she met for the first time in her life did not waste any time in telling her they wanted to. Jack it up, dig out the radio. These men weren't interested in whining and dining her, and you can guess why. It is what it is. Deal with it, brethren and sistren.
And then, me, I'll be like, no, bye. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like guys, when I was bigger, like I was able to weed out guys that I did not want to get involved with because I don't know, like it's probably my opinion. They saw a bigger girl and they were like, you know what? I could be honest with her. It's like I don't need to like put in effort, So I'm gonna lay it all on the table, and if she takes it, she takes it. Why wouldn't she take it, right?
That's right.
And then I'll be like, no, I'm not with it. With me, like I feel like guys were a little bit more honest with me in terms of what they were looking for in a relationship or what they were looking for with me. I feel like, growing up as a curvy girl, a lot of guys would like sexualize me a lot. And even though like I am not that type of person, because I was voluptuous, curvy, whatever the case may be, that's what they saw. Take away the personality, this is who she is. And felt like dating for me heavier was a little bit easier in hindsight now, but at the time I was just like, again, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just thought that if I was smaller, like my dating life would be better because, maybe they will take me a little bit more seriously as a person or a potential girlfriend or whatever the case may be. So that was my mindset with dating. I never had issues finding a guy. The quality of guys wasn't that great. I never really had like a solid relationship. I blamed the weight for my lack of having a serious relationship. Thought that with losing weight, it would help me, maybe better quality guys, maybe they wouldn't overly sexualize me. That was my mindset at the time. Now I lost all this weight. Dating is literally the same. Now, the only difference is that I feel like the quantity of guys, like I have more options now. Now I'm feeling a little bit more overwhelmed with the selections of guys. But whereas when I was bigger, I had such a small selection of guys, it was easy for me to navigate in that pool. Now it's an ocean, like an ocean, okay? And I feel like, and I'm like, oh, like leave me alone.
Now, let's help her out. My lady, the ocean of men you have now is a good thing, especially for a woman seeking a solid long-term relationship. Listen to me now. You saw that when you were fat, you had a small pool of men and none of them ever worked out. Now with the weight loss, you still have that small pool of men from your fat days still want to slide up in the DMs. along with a whole new ocean of men that you never knew existed. And from that ocean of men is where you're likely to find the type of guy you're looking for. The biggest burden you are now facing is how to choose, and that might be the issue you are having. You don't know how to choose a quality man. See?
Dating for me, it's a little bit scarier because, and I say scarier because I feel like now that I don't have the weight, I feel like the weight really protected me and guarded me, because guys, it's really sad, is they really didn't really respect me or didn't try with me. Now they see me, they are trying to gain my attention. And by gaining my attention, they would lie. Like, so many guys lie about everything just to make themselves seem like they are this person, but all in reality, they're really not.
Men are lying to you when you were fat, and they will still lie to you now that you're slim. Take it from me, sister.
Now, currently, I am trying to use discernment and trying to figure out if this person is telling me the truth or not, coming at me with force.
What you need to help you with this discernment is a man, a father, a brother, an uncle, or a grandfather, someone who ain't trying to get with you and who wants the best for you. You trying to figure out which man coming from the ocean of men is being sincere is going to be difficult, especially since you never had a serious relationship before. Plus, as a woman, your emotions come into play and it can mess with your decision-making process. You see me? Such as picking a man because he is 6 feet tall instead of him being a honest, kind, and respectful fella.
So now, because of my experience with dating really early on in my VSG journey, now I'm dating with purpose, I'm dating with intentions, and I'm dating to find my life partner. That's where I am right now. I know exactly what I'm looking for and what I want, and I'm not wasting my time or other people's time. Where in the past, I was just like, let's wait and see. Let's see what's going on. Maybe, kinda, maybe, sorta. Is he really? Like, I was just confused.
And that is the way you ladies need to date. With intention. It looked like somebody give her a good advice. Don't waste your time or the man's time when you two have two different goals. I hope this woman don't have any unrealistic expectations from a man, or else she will never get to reach her goal.
That's another thing too. Like, when you going through the motions and going through all of this life-changing stuff, you don't want to be with somebody that's confusing you as well. Any little thing, any negative thing, or any little shift in mood or shift in thought, it affected me, because I go back to the bigger Sophie and be like, well, what's wrong with me? Why don't you want me? Why don't you want to be with me? Or what did I do wrong? It just comes down to, you're not compatible. And that's something that this journey has taught me. It wasn't the weight, it's just that I wasn't compatible with all the guys that I dated. It's just what it is, you know what I mean? And I shouldn't beat myself over incompatibility. You know what I mean?
And this is where she start talking the foolishness. My lady, listen to me again. The weight played a big role in the type of men coming your way. The chances of finding a compatible man increases just by losing the weight. So the weight is a factor. Maybe you could have gotten lucky and find a compatible youth as a big girl. The problem is the dating dynamics of a big girl reduces the probability of this occurring. And you cannot seem to wrap your head around that. You want to believe say being fat don't mean nothing in the dating world. My lions, let's move on to this other lady here. A lady of good proportion who cannot understand why her size can be an issue in her search for a good man.
So you're saying that you're unmarried not by choice?
Yeah, I would love more than anything to have already been married and have 5 kids.
Got you. Well, that's the thing. So something must be missing. So
I don't know. I don't think it's me.
and it kind of goes like this. Here's some game, right? Because I like to give ladies game when these conversations get a little bit touchy-feely, right? So you're picky. Granted, I know you're picky. Obviously, you don't want guys that's 5'8". You're talking about his height, so therefore,
picky, a little bit, not that picky, because if you said my ex,
a little bit,
like, I don't
it's an
get it.
understatement.
No, but
All right.
I know that you're picky because you haven't had sex yet, which is good. That means that your morals is high. You have great qualities about your character. Very, you got kudos to you, right? That you're. And I have an aunt. She's gonna die a virgin. She's like 68 or something like that.
That's gonna be you.
Yeah, probably will, but hopefully not. Right? Hopefully you can find a man. So here's some games to you, right? So women, what they do is they advertise themselves to attract qualified mates to them, right? So the fact that you didn't meet, the fact that you want a relationship and you want marriage with a man, but you haven't found a man that you would want a relationship from, means that you're not attracting the men that you truly want and desire. Make sense?
Sure, you could say that, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm saying that you want to look at it from that standpoint because men pitch themselves. For example, let's say hypothetical. Let's say if he's having a problem getting girls, well, I'm saying like, okay, you need to work on your approach since men are the ones that slide in DMs. Men are the ones that normally approach women and walk up to them. Well, maybe you need to work on your confidence, get in the gym and accomplish some goals so you can become more confident and more competent and everything can just work better for you. Because since you have to approach girls, he needs to work on himself. We would all say that, right? If he couldn't attract girls.
Yeah, sure.
We got to say the same thing if the woman can't advertise herself in a way to attract the men that she wants. So that means that you got to work on self, right?
So what would you suggest?
First suggestion, like what she does, she said that she's a bodybuilder. She's always in the gym. First thing, you got to get in the gym because from a man's point of view, beauty is your most valuable agency.
I will say attractiveness
when it comes
is not my problem.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll truthfully tell you.
Can I?
Sure, go ahead.
I know what you're saying about the gym because, like, you know, men want a woman that will want to keep themselves clean, keep themselves healthy, you know, want to work on themselves.
Yeah.
I just want to say that.
Wait, that's all you had?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you're
just
saying
wanted
that.
to say
So,
that.
and this is what I'm saying.
The
Go
part
ahead.
about being attractive is just that's not my issue.
I'm not saying that.
Well, I'm just saying that I, I've never had a problem with, someone telling me, well, if you looked this way, then I would be more attracted to you.
I'm not saying that. I'll break it down in a way where you could truly understand. Let's just speak about men first. Right. So men, we are born without any we're not born with any sexual value. We have zero sexual value when we're born. Just like she said, she broke up with her guy because, he was maybe cute, but he was inadequate. He didn't have any motivation or ambition. So he wasn't really making money. He had none of that manly, oomph in him. So she was like, I got rid of him.
He was 15.
But they started when they were young, but it ended when I was 18 or 17.
I was 18. He was
17.
16 turning 17.
Super young. So even at that super young age, women still look for certain things. They know it's embedded in you. It's in your nature. You want a man that's doing better than you, like the 4 things you said. So since a man is born without any sexual value, he has to go out there and create his sexual value. It's up to a woman. She's born with her sexual value. It's up to her to preserve her sexual value. Now, you preserved your sexual value as far as not having sex. But as far as preserving your sexual value, as far as what are men attracted to sexually, well, we're attracted to women that are fully in shape. We like the Coke figure, small waist, wide hips, or if it ain't small waist, if it ain't wide hips, it's just like some type of curvature there, but it needs to be thin and healthy. That's what men are generally attracted to. Supermodels, thinner women, they get more options. More thicker women, they get less options. You got to think about it. The thicker the woman is, she's getting less options. Well, why is she getting less options though, too?
I think this is you're trying to say that a person it's not completely just based on an initial attraction. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say that, because a lot of it is based on initial attraction, because I can walk into a room and I can walk I can be on a date with somebody, and if I'm not attracted to them when I first look at the way they walk or their hands or the way that they walk into a room, my opinion's probably not going to change.
I got you. And I'm also saying this though.
But
go ahead.
I just want to finish my point.
Sure.
But it's like, I get what you're saying to a certain degree, but also you can't put all your eggs in that basket, because that's not really that's
the only basket you have.
Yes, but I've gone on a lot
let me
of
repeat
dates,
that again. Look,
right?
so look.
It's not the only basket I have.
I'll repeat it again. It truly
not.
is. Look,
It's the only basket that
No,
matters
it's
to
not,
men.
because I can confidently tell you,
like he just said, real quick. Just listen real quick. I'll say it one more time concisely. It's the only box. It's the only box that matters. That's the only basket that matters to men. So men, we have a lot of boxes that we can elevate in, because women are attracted to a multitude of things. You like him tall, strong, masculine, dominant, assertive. You like him good looking, smelling good.
Dress nice,
being able to convey himself and hold the conversation and make you feel the vibes. So a man can, if he's not doesn't meet the height requirement, well, he can elevate by going to the gym, getting a better physical structure. He can elevate by talking to more girls and building up that confidence and learning ways to convey himself to a woman to make her feel all bubbly and giggly. So he can elevate on different levels. But that's because women are complex creatures, because they're attracted to so many things, which means that we can upgrade on many different things. But what are men attracted to? Only your looks. Only your looks. So that means that that's your only basket. That's the only elevation. You probably never heard the truth, but this podcast no fugazi, so we got to keep it real. So I'm telling you, please just take it. I'm telling you this. If you work on that, you will attract more mates. Now, it may not, of course, there's going to be more mates, and it may be guys that you really don't want, but still it's going to be more. You'll have different guys to then choose from, and it may be the guy of your dreams.
I can't get on that train, because you're trying.
Well, if you don't want to get on that train, I'm not telling you anything.
You're literally, yes,
you look fine. You're 34 years old. You're light skinned. You got long hair. I'm sure guys are attracted to you physically, but I'm telling you, but that's the only thing you can elevate. That's the only thing you can elevate.
Give me a second.
Oh,
That's okay.
do you want a hug?
Take your time. It's fine.
Free hugs.
No, he's basically just telling you that.
In a man's eyes, your value is tied to your beauty.
I have no value because I'm not her size.
No, he's not saying that.
No, that is exactly what you're saying. That is exactly what you're saying, because you're trying to say that I'm not. I can't attract the right man because I'm not small enough.
This is what happens when emotions are in play and a woman don't like what she hears. Instead of thinking logically to the argument, our emotions take over, and that take precedent.
No, he's saying what he's saying.
That's exactly what he's saying.
He's saying.
I could tell her what I'm saying. Let me just tell you. Let me just tell you what I'm saying.
I would let her explain it from
my looks are everything, right? So they're the only thing that matters, right?
That isn't what I said.
They're the thing that matters first and foremost.
That isn't what I said.
For men.
But
that
isn't. I'm speaking specifically to a certain thing, right? So I said that women advertise themselves. Women don't normally walk up to men, lots of men, and approach them. You don't walk up to every guy you see that's attractive and approach them. The man, and not only that, you would respect it more if a man would approach you. So men approach and women advertise themselves. So from that standpoint, since you're not meeting certain guys, right? So let me finish. Since you're not attracting certain guys that meets your qualifications, that you would want to even have them guys get down on one knee to marry you, if you're not meeting those guys, that means that you need to change something about yourself. That's what I'm saying.
Right. So the one thing that I need to change, you're saying, is just to lose weight.
I'm saying the one thing you need to change is to lose weight and to get in the gym, and you will become more attractive to more men.
It's
based off of beauty.
But that's never been an issue
Yeah,
for
but
me.
big is still beautiful.
She's stuck on the reality that men are approaching her as a fat girl and giving her game. Seeing? Not the fact that after all those men who come talk to her, she cannot find the type of man she wants. And she doesn't want to accept that being smaller would benefit her drastically. See? Just like the previous lady. Because she is probably a proponent of you should love me the size I am.
I've
What
never
I'm telling
for a
you,
lot of
it
men.
is.
Not for a lot of
This
men.
is
I don't want a man who's only going to judge me based on my size.
That's the
Can
way
I-
it's
can
how
I-
it is.
That's
Can
how
I-
it is.
can I say
We don't want a
something?
man. Look, we don't look. You just called him short. We don't want a woman that's only gonna base us based off our height. I'm 6'4", he's 5'8". But you said that he's disqualified because he's
But I
5'8".
didn't judge his character.
The damn foolishness! You are too short for me, but I should not be too fat for you. Tell me, Bridget, if that makes any sense.
But okay, but you judge his height and he doesn't qualify for you.
Okay, but that's not saying.
And we're saying, but
that's-
look, time out. The same way he doesn't qualify for you, with your figure, a lot of guys you won't qualify for. And that's what you have to realize.
But me as a person, I'm not going to qualify for a lot of guys because that's life.
you as
Can-
a
can I say
person, you're
something?
great. You're.
You don't even
Let's
know
just
me.
say you're
Yeah,
a
I can
virgin.
say
No, let's
something
just say
too.
you're a virgin.
And
Let's
all
just
you've
grant
done
it
is
to
just call
you.
me names.
No, we didn't call you any names. I
Nobody
didn't call
called
you
you
any
names.
names.
No,
Names.
can I?
I didn't call you
say-
names. And real quick, you as a person, you have. Let's just say you're a virgin. Let's say I believe it. You have sexual
I am.
temperance.
Why would I lie
You
about
have
that?
that means that you have all these characteristic traits in you. That is very good. You're a person of high moral character. That's beautiful. What's on the inside is beautiful. But remember, you advertise yourself in men approach. So you want to display a beautiful outside. Just how beautiful you are on the inside, you want to display the outside. I'm not saying that you're not beautiful. I'm just saying that you can elevate yourself more.
He is saying be what you want to attract.
Exactly.
Not saying
My lions, we men know everything these ladies talk about and accept them as the reality of the world we live in. If you want to look like Jabba the Hutt, then we know that 9 times out of 10, we paying for the pom-pom. For real. A typical Jabba the Hutt modern woman don't have to pay for the anaconda. And that is due to the simps and desperate men out there in these streets who are lucky if a woman even look them way. They will take whatever they get. See? These men are not what these fat girls want for a committed relationship, because fat girls like the same qualities in men that slim girls want. The problem is the men with the qualities tend to be not attracted to big girls for a variety of reasons. So ladies, step up your game in your search for a lion, or just accept a chipmunk instead. You see me? Hold tight, me gone again.